Hi everyone, CBSE Class 10 Math video solution to the sample question paper given by the board for the board examination to be conducted in 2021. It's a standard version of the paper, 3-mark question. This is the first of the 3-mark questions, right? Question number 27. It's a real number question, classic textbook question, right? Prove that 2 minus root 3 is irrational. Given that root 3 is irrational, right? How are we going to go about it? You would have done it quite a few times in your quarterly, half-yearly, right? This is a question which you would have done it at least 5-10 times before you reach the sample question paper stage. We're going to assume the contrary. We're going to assume the converse, the opposite. We're going to assume that 2 minus root 3 is rational. What we are trying to prove that it is irrational, we are assuming the opposite. We are assuming that this is rational. If 2 minus root 3 is rational, any rational number can be expressed in the form of a fraction a by b, where a and b are co-prime integers. A and b are co-prime integers. So what do we have here? Let's take this root 3 to one side and bring the a minus b to the other side, a by b to the other side. So we'll have root 3 is equal to 2 minus a by b. Take b to be the common denominator. We'll have 2b minus a divided by b. So root 3 is equal to 2b minus a divided by b. A and b are integers, which means 2b will be an integer, 2b minus a will be an integer, divided by b is another integer. So we have root 3 is equal to an integer divided by another integer. If root 3 is an integer divided by another integer, then essentially root 3 is a rational number. Root 3 is equal to 2b minus a by b. We know 2b minus a is an integer, b is an integer by integer is a rational number. Pans out that root 3 is a rational number. But what does the question say, or what do we know already even before the question saying? We know that root 3 is irrational. Whereas what we have ended up getting is that root 3 is rational. Why is this contradiction? This contradiction is because of the incorrect assumption that we have made. What is the incorrect assumption that we made? We made the incorrect assumption that 2 minus root 3 is rational. If that assumption is incorrect, what is then right? It is right that 2 minus root 3 is irrational. So what we set about to prove is what we have proved. I'll quickly walk you through the way you should be writing these steps so that you get all 3 marks for this question, right? We'll start with this, right? Start this way. Let's assume that the opposite, that 2 minus root 3 is irrational. If 2 minus root 3 is irrational, it can be expressed in the form a by b, where a and b are co-prime integers, essentially meaning that their HCF is equal to 1. So root 3 is 2 minus root 3 is equal to a by b. We have essentially got root 3 to be equal to 2b minus a divided by b. Because a and b are integers, it would pan out that minus a plus 2b is an integer and b is an integer, translating to the fact that this expression is a rational number. What is this expression? This expression is what root 3 is. Pans out therefore that root 3 is rational. But we know root 3 is irrational. There is a contradiction that's happening. The contradiction is because of the fact that we made an incorrect assumption that 2 minus root 3 is rational. If the assumption is incorrect, the correct one is that 2 minus root 3 is irrational. So we have proved that 2 minus root 3 is irrational, given that root 3 is irrational.
Before you leave, I want you to do 2 things. 1, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.